This is The Confidence Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. In The Confidence Show, we're talking about confidence, happiness, success, purpose, and achieving your goals. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And remember, the truth is inside you. All right, what up, what up, what up? You're tuned into The Confidence Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. Miles, what's going on, bro?
Chilling, man. Just out here being confident like I am. Just feel me. What's going on with you?
I'm chilling, man. Doing the same. We got to be confident at all times, because this world out here, shit happens, but you gotta remain on top of your shit. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
today we're gonna be talking about, having self-awareness and how that can make you succeed. How that's gonna, make you successful. You understand? Because we just did our Bad Boys show. Make sure you guys go to patreon.com/Mr. Locario. And we were talking about, accepting who you are in the game. And see, that also applies to this when you're talking about success. You have to accept who you are, what you're about, in order for you to be successful, in life, just in general, in business and whatever you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And achieving your goals and all that other stuff. And one of the main things of you being self-aware and you sort of accepting how you are is that you have to really be honest with yourself about the type of person you are, because you need to know if you're capable of putting in a certain amount of work or doing a certain type of thing. Because it's one thing to want something, but it's another thing to be able to get that thing you want. And the thing is, what's going to make you get that thing, or what's going to make you accomplish that goal, is understanding that there's going to be work involved in doing that. But you have to be honest with yourself and say, do I want to do that work? You know what I'm saying? And two, can I do that work? You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times what'll happen is, the reason why you have so many people that probably will fail about, when it comes to certain things, is because they're not really aware of who they are. Because the thing is, you have to be aware of who you are so that you can know where your strengths and weaknesses are. Because let's say you want to accomplish something, but whatever you're trying to accomplish, you may be weak in that area. So you could accomplish that thing still, but you may need some help. You may need to bring in some people to do this or do that in order to get this project done or whatever it is. But see, if you're aware of that at the beginning, then you can save yourself a lot of time and energy and a lot of frustration by, doing your thing. You see what I'm saying? In that way. But a lot of times, if you're not aware of what you are trying to do, or you're not aware of who you are, you might make a lot of unnecessary mistakes or waste a lot of time doing things that you could have allocated to other people to do. But again, that comes with being aware of who you are and what you're about in order to get to that success. So a lot of times people since they lack in that self-awareness, that's what creates all of those stumbling blocks when they're trying to make shit happen, because they didn't take time to figure out, okay, who am I? What am I trying to do? Can I get this done? Do I need some help? All these things matter in order for you to be successful, in this game. You know what I'm saying? So, but Miles, what's your thoughts on all that?
Well, we always say the truth is inside you, right?
Right.
And that's because, self-awareness is and I'm reading a definition just so we could get a good, basic point, right?
Right.
Okay, so one definition says the ability to take an honest look at your life without attachment to it being right or wrong. And that's just one person take. So looking at that is taking an honest look at your life, right? But we want to go a little bit deeper, right? As far as, because your life is one thing, but who you are is another. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you can be born into a rich family and still have a poverty mindset, right?
Right.
So it's still all about you, about who you are. So another definition that I like, it looks like I like a little bit better, is it says self-awareness is the capacity for introspection and the ability to recognize oneself as an individual, separate from the environment and other individuals. It is right. And it also says it is not to be confused with consciousness, right?
Right.
So self-aware. So consciousness is like, okay, you know, you're awake, you know, meaning you're not like sleeping, meaning you're not oblivious. You have knowledge of what's happening, right? But self-awareness is more. It's like they said. It's an introspection. It's something. It's looking at yourself from the inside. You understand? It's understanding what makes you tick, understanding what makes you happy, what gives you peace, what gives you, you know, what you're passionate about, the things you love, you know, the things that are important to you. You understand what I'm saying? Those things are, because see, in you know, in today's world, it's real easy to get away from what's important to you and for you to internalize what's important to others.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And when I say others, I don't mean like, okay, well, you're taking into consideration what's important to others as far as your loved ones or maybe your kids or something like that. I'm saying you take into consideration what's important to others, meaning a bunch of other people online, a bunch of other people on Twitter, you know, celebrities and, you know, all these different things like popular fads and trends and, you know, all the stuff that you see on social media. You know, it's like, it's almost like, oh, well, you know, Kim Kardashian is important to everybody, so I guess I should follow Kim Kardashian, or, wearing a certain type of clothing is important, so I need to spend money and wear this type of clothes. I need to drive this type of car, and I need to go on vacation in this type of place. And a lot of times people, they do these things, and they spend money, time, and stuff, and they're still not happy with what's going on in their life. And the reason is that they didn't take an honest look of what actually is going on with them, inside them. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I mean, shit, sometimes, you know, you might be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I say crazy, I don't mean like crazy, but sometimes, you know, a lot of people might not understand why things don't work for them in life, and that's because they're dealing with issues. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They're dealing with, like, you know, traumatic things that they probably never got over. You understand? And believe it or not, that's an important part of self-awareness as well, where it's like, yo, you know, recognize that you might have like, for example, an emotional stumbling block when it comes to certain things. You understand what I'm saying? Because a lot of times what happens is we find